Best of 3 time, playoff time, coming your way for the Level Clash 2. We've had our group stages, we've got our final 8 teams, and now we've got FPX going up against Skade. We haven't seen either of these two teams in action on the stream just yet, and Skade are the ones that upset Team Liquid. To think it would be Team Liquid taking on FPX, that would have been an epic rule, but Skade, they've certainly proven that they can deliver, Mitch.
Yeah, I would have loved to see a Liquid FPX game, but hey, I'm just as happy to see this. You know, in that game, obviously we weren't covering it, so we didn't get to go and have a look at the scoreboard, anything like that. Yeah. I just went back and looked real quick after, again, just triple checking with myself that Liquid lost that game.
It happened.
It really did. I'm starting to believe it now. Everything's telling me that. Latex dropped 30 kills. 30 up against Liquid. Scream is on 11. He really wasn't feeling it on the Sage. Oof. And, you know, that is heartbreaking because it's like you can pick an agent like a Sage and on Bind, look, that's what they've been doing. We've seen it again and again. But he doesn't get a bounce back. They don't get to go to a Haven or an Ascent and start, you know, just pulling out the Reyna and dominating. That option isn't there. And that's what sucks about best of ones, because that could have been one hell of a series. Again, it was 13-11. Could have went either way, and we've had so many games today that are like that. But it's ended up with Team Liquid going out. And for Skade, can you imagine how high they are right now on morale and confidence on everything? Because they've just managed to group Liquid.
Well, it's not even just that, mate. Not only have you grouped Liquid, but this is the first time you're representing your new organization. This is Fabricant, who've just become Skade. Skade just picked them up. So another organization picking up an EU team. And remember, everyone was saying this Fabricant, oh, you lost your best players to FPX. You won't be able to do anything. Now we've got this rivalry in game. This is what I'm so happy to see. This is where it's all going to come down to some dope games, some crazy plays, because they're going to look at their Swedish players that left them, right, and joined up with Angel and Shao, and they're going to say, we want revenge. Like, you basically destroyed our team. We had to rebuild it all. We had to see how it would go down. But what we're going to do is take a look at some more 3D aim training stats from some of the players we've got here. Now, Limpone, Mitch, I really hope this is a name you are familiar with, my friend. This guy, right, he comes from CS. He's had a lot of success in CS, but never quite reaching the levels that was required within the CSGO scene in Sweden, because obviously you know how difficult that can be. Now, his stats here are not actually that good on this 3D aim trainer. I'm surprised.
Yeah, right. We've seen top 1% pretty consistently, but it looks like that's not quite being reached here. And that's a surprise, you know, because this is a team that obviously ex-Fabrican, Skade now, they're coming up against their former teammates, but it's only one guy that's here from the start, right? Latex was the one that was on that team, the original Fabrican, and then the rest of the team are all fresh faces from Sweden. So in a way, it's almost like it's not the whole team's rivalry. It's just Latex sat there, and with this 30 kills up against Team Liquid to get into this spot, oh, he is ready for revenge, I'll tell you that.
Now, Mitch, you didn't answer my question whether you knew this guy or not. Do you know
I haven't seen him.
Limpone? So you know he is JW's brother.
Oh, damn, okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it. Like, come on, mister, you're supposed to know this. You're on the younger side of CS. I'm the old man here.
Yeah, so I've actually cast one of his games before then. I remember that. It's just for some reason the name didn't actually ring through in my head. Yeah, I cast him. I'm not sure on what team I cast him. I think it was like Property, but it was way, way back.
It was probably the Property or the Tempo Storm lineup. They had that little stint over towards NA and that side of things. But either way, we're starting on Bind here. It's a quarter-final game. It's a best of 3, remember, which we love to see. FPX certainly the keen favourites in this one, but FPX have had some crazy games where they've dropped maps. They've not shown us their full form, so to speak. But so far in this tournament in group stages, they dominated.
Oh, yeah. This has been their tournament group stage, all group stage long. And really, coming into this game, you'd imagine that they're going to be looking to absolutely stomp out one of their former teammates. Latex wants revenge, but FPX don't want to give it to them. Starting on the attacking side, it's going to be movement in towards the B site. They've managed to avoid that drone, though. And I'm surprised they're sticking in towards this stack on long. 2 players here, one for Elbow, who's just holding down the Paranoia. The Paranoia. This is a really good setup. And look, Camera's going to spot them. Paranoia about to come through. Double peek right afterwards. This is so good. 1 kill, but that's not all they get. Only the 1 extra conversion, though, and then late. What are you doing?
Meadow! Meadow getting it done. Showing his stuff straight away. Limpone's going to be completely destroyed by Zipan. Not only is it Zipan go kill, it's FPX go kill. There's only Shrew remains. He's got no armor either. He's got the ghost. He's looking for opportunities. But it's going to be a struggle to find them.
Oh man, what, like, I need to process what happened towards the start of that round. Shrew's trying to process where his enemies are, but really this should not be an easy fight to win. He isolates the first, realized there was a second player there as well, and has a read on the long guy, but he's been spotted by the cam. That's going to buy them some extra time, and now they can just play that clock down. There's no way Shrew wins this, really. They're trying to bait him off it. He's got it halfway. They got him eventually, but that could have been dangerous. So,
now,
what was that?
I just realized something else as well.
Uh-huh.
So we got 2 Gamers players in here. So Limpo was in Gamers as well as Meadow. Meadow was in Season 2, Limpo was in Season 1.
Oh, very good. So these guys have barely missed each other before.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
You know, I don't know what happened there towards the start of this, though. Like, you had that opening duel on long. They managed to trade it out. Eps, finding the 2 kills. And then they just swung. They just looked for more. I think they realized they had lost Hookah and thought that swinging out and looking for the kills was their best option. But man, that backfired.
FPX, right? They continue to interest us in the agent composition in Europe. They like to mix up a lot more than some of the other teams. I heard from Angel directly. We were speaking to each other, and he was going, I'm really enjoying the fact that I can use the double smokes coming down, right? And they come out faster. I can have triple smokes if I want to. He sees it much more viable than the Omen, despite the buffs to Omen and how everyone else really likes to be a fan of it. But on Bind specifically, he sees the smokes being his way forward. They love a breach and a brim, which is most exciting as well.
Yeah, well, see, when you're not playing the Omen, you kind of need that breach because you miss out on the strongest flashes in the game. And obviously, Brimstone doesn't have the ability to play those flashes. So a breach has to come in to make up for that missed ability. So you have some form of extra entry potential, especially when you're on the attacking side. Those two then eat up a lot of your DPS ability. The shock dart kill from Limpone is massive. Shrew gets in for another, and they've got weapons to work with now.
And that's scary, right? When you're on a round like this, especially when some players don't opt to have weapons in their hands, giving weapons away, especially a Phantom, is not what you want to be doing. Now, Zipan, he's got great aim. He does have that ghost, but he's going to be walking straight into Shrew on the Bulldog. Oh, so much damage delivered. EPZ's there as well, but Zipan, what? What? With a ghost? Mitch!
It's just downright ridiculous.
Zipan is just another level.
It's getting a bit much, honestly. We meme the name all the time, the Zipan go kill.
Oh.
But geez, he just does it every time, doesn't he?
It's Zipan, yeah, can just dominate game after game for FPX. But then Shao comes online as well. You just go, cool, you guys win, you know, let's walk away from this game.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And the thing is, we've seen other players like Meadow slot up into those roles as well every now and then. I think Shao and Zipan 100% of the players that you look to do the most damage. But I'm actually going to check the highest rated players at the moment. So it's actually...
While you do that, right, I'll give you the pick and ban. So FPX banned Descent, Skade picked Bind, FPX picked Haven, Split was the last map. Ooh.
Interesting. So we've got Yassine up there, top rated. Latex just behind him. And you jump down. It's actually Meadow, who's the highest rated for FPX. And he's the only player for the team in the top 9, I think. Maybe not top 10, but Angel is next. Then Shao. So we're not seeing Zipan go kill all too much. He's way
just
down.
Off these games though, right?
Off the group stages, yeah.
So they dominated in their group stages, and I guess they did it as team performance, which is probably why you just don't see some players fly out with crazy stats, you know?
Exactly.
If they kept it consistent and concise, so you can't really, like, I can see what you're pulling out there, but from the viewer perspective, you can't pull that out and be like, they're not so good, you know? It's like, of course, very situational. As EPZZ walks straight into Zipan, he's just delivering again and again. The Raze is running on forward. They may have weapons in their hands now, but it doesn't seem to make a difference. Skade are being dominated. Those final two players are going to run away and save straight away. And I don't blame them. I don't want to be facing a 5v2, so just give up my weapons in a round.
So the thing that blows me away on that one is I think it just underlines the point that Meadow obviously is a hell of a solid player. You've got so much potential on the FPX roster to pick up if Zipan isn't feeling it, which, let's be real, has happened once ever. I saw that game. Other than that, he's like 30 kills consistent. And then when you look into Xiao as well. But the other guys can pick it up. And that's the most impressive part about the FPX roster. Obviously, they come in. You can say, oh, they've only got X amount of games under their belt. What must be less than 15 maps, maybe a little bit more. But either way, regardless of what the figure is, they've got far more as a core 3. And then the other two come from the same team as well. Obviously, Angel and Xiao coming in from Party Pirates, and then the ex-Fabrican guys. So realistically, this is a team that in fragments has been together a long time since beta, and then as a whole they've slotted together from day one very, very well.
What I love here as well for this FPX lineup is, okay, Shadow, it doesn't show his age, but like Angel's my age, so he's 30. We're up in the rock and the old. Zipan's 18, Xiao's 20, Meadow's 21. He's just rocking it with the young dudes, right? He's just like, you know what? I'll find all these young fraggers. I'll IGL. I'll make this look really good and sexy. And then, do you know what? Someone who doesn't get enough credit when you look on the FPX side is Doom Bros, their coach. A top team with a coach that's definitely viable, definitely putting the work in. He doesn't make it all about him. He's there just grinding for the team. You don't see him just going all gung-ho on Twitter trying to claim the fame for everything.
Trying to find Shadow's date of birth over on Wikipedia. It doesn't come up there either, so I don't know. He's an unknown quantity.
Sure. Yeah, because I personally don't really know him, so I had no idea. So even you couldn't find it. That makes sense.
He's a mystery.
He's just stunting as a 16-year-old, and he never ages. That's what he's saying, right? He's like Peter Pan.
Well, he's certainly not in Neverland when it comes to round wins. They're all over that. It's another one. That Nebula skin, I love it so much, but God, I would not be able to play with it. I couldn't do it. I like every time I walk, I'd be like, wow.
Well, if people in chat want to get some skins and they want the points to do it, they can type ! giveaway in chat. See, you've just lined me up nicely. There's 10,500 Valorant points because they won't have to be cheap like you. They'll win the points and grab themselves a nice skin. How much is that for the skin?
That pack is €71, so 7,100 points. So it's,
don't tell my fiance I'm not spending more money than
I'm not logging in to buy it right now. She comes in, you're like, it's for work. It's for work. I need it.
Yeah. I need it to be good.
Listen, I've just, Gobby's inspired me. I'm going to go back to playing professionally.
Here I go again.
Gonna get the 4 kings out. It's going to be beautiful. Look, the 4-0 for FPX. It's a good start. Now they come up against a little bit of a buy from Skade. Things can get a bit dangerous because it's a mix, right? And this is where it gets a bit spicy. You've got judges coming out. You've got bulldogs. You've got, I think I even saw a stinger and a judge. There you go. It's dominated in Europe. We didn't see it at all in the Asian Ignition series. Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Boom, boom, pow. Zipan now up in the air. He's gonna pop it. Oh, EPZZ. You were hoping it might have been. Oh, wow. This is just so unfortunate. Skade getting rocked left, right, and center. They don't stand a chance. And FPX, they're bringing the flames. That Phoenix is living in the nightmares of the Skade players' heads.
You know, that was an odd, so really good read, first of all, really good comms for Zipan to be able to go through and know that obviously the wall had just been thrown up in hookah. He clears sight. He then knows, okay, Sage is still hookah. Can't see her on these angles. There's only one place she can be. Maybe she could have been tucked in on the wall, but willing to take that risk. Then after that, what Latex was doing TPing up on top of that wall, I do not know. Like, that was one of the strangest, because even if the player isn't in hookah, they're going to see you from sight. They can actually see you from where that rocket was initially shot. So a very odd bit of decision making. I guess maybe he thought that the players would immediately ignore the rest of Hookah and look for spawn or something like that, but they didn't, and so it doesn't pay off, and he looks a bit silly. TPing into the bullets.
Well, here we go. Bit of a head-to-head, and, well, Zipan doesn't surprise me. He's closing in on 300, you know. Like you said, he's not even had a phenomenal couple of games yet. He's just been out there playing his normal stuff, rocking it in style.
Yeah. In this tournament, actually, I must pull that back up and take a look at it, what his rating is in this tournament alone. But it's not tremendously high. Can I search a name? No, let me just zoom down to the middle. So at the moment, he's got a 218, which is funny because that's decent. But
still,
like,
it's still good
for
just in
Zipan,
comparison to him. You know, not quite the same.
This kind of guy that like averages 300 per tourney up against G2, Liquid, and all these boys. You know, it's a 16-team tournament dominating first rounds, and he's not even needed to win those games.
Oh, the Sova ult coming through. Xiao looking to land it. He's trying to follow as many as possible, but Zipan's actually gone down. So a good opening kill here for Skade. They've also got the reviving in case anyone goes down. This could be their shot at getting around on the board. They've been put down 5-0. The spike's not going to be planted just yet. And remember, with no Sage up for FPX, they won't be walling anything off. They're going to rely on the smokes. Oh, the ult's going to force him out of position. They managed to then swing the advantage in their favor. FPX play it to perfection, but Limpone, he's trying to hit some shots with his own ult. He's working that Hunter's Fury, but he swings and he misses. Spike will be planted. Still a great chance with this revive. It's exactly what gets put up as Latex is... Oh no! How unlucky! Meadow's just there, ready and waiting. And once again, Skade, their chances get absolutely shut down. Do they still go for this?
Surely not. I don't think so. It's time to run away. Save for another day. I don't know if you've watched The Witcher, Banks. I presume you have.
Yeah.
You know the witches in it? I know someone's going to give out to me for calling them witches, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I don't know. I've only played a bit of the Witcher games. But Yennefer and stuff, the way they have to like absorb life from one place to give it to another. That's I feel like that's what just happened. The res went through and Epps just dies for it, sacrifices his life, puts it into that body.
Yeah, just so you don't trigger people, she's actually a sorceress.
I actually knew that as well.
How have you not played the game?
So I have, right. Here's the thing. I played...
Not very well. This game is playable from start to finish multiple times, Mitch. Come on.
Oh yeah, I just haven't finished it. I've played like a bit of it, and then I got lost. I went to a place I was too low skilled for. I've played 32 hours actually, I've just checked, in fairness. That's quite a while, but I like to do all the side quests, like everything, you know? When one comes up, I'm helping people carry a pot across the town, and halfway through I'm like, why am I doing this? But I regret it every time. But then the next time someone goes, I need to move a pot. I'm like, oh, I'll help you, buddy, no problem. Make a bit of gold. Do I need gold? No, but hey, he needs to move his pot.
I don't think I ever helped anyone in Witcher move a pot, but yeah, great Mitch, great work. Oh no, they're getting it. Oh, Shadow! They try to sneak through, and everything Skade tries just gets destroyed. FPX attacking side, oh so dominant. Realistically, they've not been tested so far, Mitch. That's the big problem here.
Yeah. There's been no real signs of life from Skade, right? And you expect something? Considering this is the team that knocked out Liquid, considering Latex dropped 30 kills in that series, you're looking for that Skade. But at the moment, it ain't there. Their defensive side's looking about as flat as can be. This long push. Oh, be careful, because there's a player stood there waiting for it. And on range, shorties don't win that fight. Xiao with a quick triple to close that. Gorgeous work.
Now, Mitch, I'm going to do some quick maths here, right?
All right.
If FPX win, currently we don't know, right? That's not just this game, but like the whole series. They'll face either G2 or Rix.
Right.
In the semis. So we're potentially getting FPX versus G2 as an epic semis. Then you've got Nip Big, Bonk, Angry Titans. You could be getting Nip taking on Bonk as an example, which is another rivalry. And we're set for such amazing games in this tournament. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
before someone says it, right? G2 versus FPX as a semifinal. That is nuts, 100%. But obviously the groups were drawn randomly, so this was all set up like it was weighted in terms
of randomly, right? We had tiers for
of course,
groups,
no,
yeah.
of course not completely randomly. It was each divided 4 teams per tier, and then they were separated out so that the skill in groups. But what I mean is you didn't know if G2 would be Group A, B, C, or D.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not fixed like that, right? It's not structured in the way it would be where seed 1 and 2 should be meeting each other in the finals. And I think that's a more fair way to do it, because at the moment seeding is hard to do.
So open, yeah, mate. Completely. Well, Shout, he's on his Shout stopping form. He doesn't need to be on a raise to do any of that, because he is just the man when it comes to fragging out. He may be getting slightly overshadowed by Zipan on multiple occasions within this team, but he's got a different role to play, right? He was the star of Party Parrots. When it comes to playing on this team, he's the second star alongside Meadow. It's Zipan, Meadow, and Shao that I'm always looking at. And so, of course, flying headshots, you know. He's even ADSing. Why the hell not? They'll keep just spraying down. Limpone's going to run away. He doesn't want to have anything to do with this. Oh, wow. They try to exit. They try to save, but that's not going to work out. Still 4 alive for FPX, and they're having a field day. They looked unstoppable in groups. They've not slowed down at all coming into this either, Mitch.
Yeah, this is the scary FPX, right? And the thing is, when I jumped the gun, I think, on picking... Well, no, I think it's fair in a way. Liquid being picked as my team that could overthrow G2. FPX are definitely the second on the list for that one. And obviously, we've seen Bonk play very well. But I don't know if they're quite at that level yet where I'd be saying that about them. I just want to point out as well, Latex, 30 kills versus Liquid, 0 for 8 right now. Like, that is a hell of a turnaround game to game. And it's not all on him. Like, it's not like, oh, well, this guy hasn't got 10 kills, so they're losing. Skade are just being outclassed on an individual level. Now, versus FPX, they should be. But versus that game, because of that game versus Team Liquid, I had so much faith, I had so much hope. And whilst it's still obviously doable for them, correct me if I'm wrong, this is Skade's pick, isn't it?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Don't look like it.
Skade decided to pick Bind. But FPX is a very key map for them as well, right? So I guess because they had success on Bind against Liquid, they thought, yeah, we can do it against FPX. Well, you're going up against a team that plays very different style to what Liquid play. Liquid a bit more strategical, a bit more execute style and heavy. We can see from FPX that, yeah, they've got the tactical backup from Angel, but sometimes it is the whole just go kill mentality, the full divide, the full rush forward. Right now it's 9-0. And people may be thinking, well, what on earth's going on? Skade have even tried to mix it up. We've seen them try to get aggressive on some rounds. We've seen them play defensive. We've seen them try and stack sites to a little bit. None of it's worked so far. None of it. Like, literally, this is FPX just playing and hitting heads and looking really good on the executes.
So, you know, if this was a mixed team, I'd say, oh, well, what happens when they're challenged and they go to their B plan? But they definitely have B plans. We know that. We know they're solid as well. But at the moment, they're on the A game. They're playing loose. They're playing themselves. What I mean by loose, not that their play style is loose in the way that we would typically insult teams, you know, if they're losing because they're playing, well, too loose. But it's more in a way that they're coming into this and not being challenged. They're playing relaxed in that sense. That you won't have any panic in comms. You won't have any negativity. This is just pure glee.
Oh no, the old commitment. Latex though, he finally finds a kill, Mitch, but he's only good for 1. The lockdown's starting to come in. The heal's up there, but it's not going to be worth it because Shao just runs around the corner. FPX still have control, but they need to deal with Limpone. The smoke's going to shut him out of this fight to start off with. There's a couple of ults online though, including the Jet one. That might be viable here for Skade in a round that's so close for them to potentially have. Limpone starts to try and spray through the smoke. It's not able to connect, but Zipan's fallen. Piran, he's hitting the shots and he's doing the damage. This is huge. Is it going to be enough though? Oh no! They line up for Shao, but luckily the knights come through for Shrew. The first round achieved for Skade, finally on the board, but it is all about making that happen now from here on out. It needs to be a minimum 9-3.
Were those shock darts Shao's, or was that Skade? Shrew almost died to it. I'm wondering if Xiao maybe shot them up in the air just before he went out for the fight. And like just because we've seen that before. I've seen Xiao do it in the past where he just shoots arrows vertically up and then waits
for them to land. Yeah.
I've seen him do it here on bind on the A side on default, and I'm pretty sure once he did it full speed with double bounce on, and so it was just going up and down and up and down, and then eventually it lands. And what that even does is it stops diffuses sometimes, because if someone is low and they hear it coming down, they might come off it to run away, but then it bounces back up, and they're like, oh damn. And they don't have time to really stick it then fully. So it can win you rounds. But yeah, I wonder, I might be able to watch that back and see if Xiao maybe threw that one out. Either way, I didn't get the kill, just lit him to 7 HP. And there would have been a teammate there to defuse afterwards. But
yeah,
you could see how under the right circumstance that could win you around.
Skade now, though, it's all about finding success. And with Shrew going down instantly, he tries to find him a bit of an early advantage, but that's not going to work out. FPX with a one-man lead straight off the back of this. It's actually forcing over quite a rotation away from B. And they don't have the information. There's still plenty of time on the clock. Do not overcommit to this, Skade.
Yeah, you gotta really look at, in situations like this, how do you react? You know, they've gone for the rotate over to B with the 2 players. Latex can delay them slightly if the paranoia comes through on time. Oh, well, never mind the paranoia, because he's been naded to death. He walked right into it.
And the revives come in, so again, ultimates needing to be spent for them to try and find success, but they're still going to be down a man. Limpo's position is going to be revealed. He's pumping out the shock darts, but there's some firing back his way as well. Oh, nicely done, but it's only one. And this is the problem. The refragging, the trading is just on point here for FPX. Look at the way Angel's just playing off the top of this. He's waiting for them to push through. He's saying, do it. Test me. I'm ready to take the shots. And we talk about Angel being an entry fragger. He's the Vandal man. He smacks those heads all day long. And FPX once again just dominating on these rounds. Shadow's just saying, cool, keep lining up for me. No problem at all. 3 still alive. 10-1. And Skade won't be able to chain more than 1 round up on that scoreboard thus far. And they're very low on money again, Mitch.
Yeah, no, the money is not looking ideal, but even if it was, even if they got double operators, it's 10-1. This is potentially 11 on the board for FPX and a half, which means that normally a pistol win gives you the game. That's ridiculous. Skade's map pick, and I know I said coming in FPX favorites to win. I said hopefully we're going to see a one-sided game. Realistically, based on the Skade that beat Team Liquid, it should have been.
You mean hopefully we're not going to see a one-sided game?
Oh, sorry. Did I say hopefully we'd see it? No.
Yeah.
Sorry to be mean to Skade. I didn't mean that. I didn't want them to get destroyed, just to be very clear. It's a very angry fans
making sure
now.
I'm keeping aware of you, mate. Don't worry. Oh, dear.
Thank you, Banks.
Limpo tries to drop the ult, and instead Zipan's like, don't worry, I've got mine. The Cypher uploads come through as well. Ooh, that's better from Shrew, though. This might give him a chance. Because he's in bathroom. Oh, EPZ's found one with the Sheriff as well. Zipan overextending, but look at the quick turnaround. All right, we'll just go B then, lads. No problem. Oh, Latex. If he could have landed that, certainly would have been possible. He's popped his ult as well, but not again. EPZZ thinks he has a chance, thinks he has a hope. Shadow is just rocking him with the operator. Now it's a 2v1 and they both have their ults.
Just look, Banks, at the communication there. You know, you've the TP committed. You have a paranoia up in 1 second once that TP's finished, and EPZ just pushes in. He just goes right in for that kill without the paranoia. It's down to a second, and that gives you a massive advantage in the fight. This is going to be a very brave attempt to dash through, but now the first ultimate baited out. It's going to catch through. He smokes it so he can stay alive back there. They know he's there. Shirley, hello? Guys,
Shadow.
Pay attention to the smoke. But the Hunter's Fury's online, and this is where it should come down to bear. Hunter activated, 1 hit, gonna go through immediately. Here's the second commitment, updraft to dodge it. Waiting out that third and final, but here it is. He's got room on the side. Oh my God, Drew! What a play, but he misses it by a millisecond.
Oh, Shao. We've seen Shao miss that back at the Allied Odyssey event. This time, he got so lucky because he didn't kill him with it. It just came down to timing. 11-1, which should realistically be 10-2 right now, Mitch. Oh, my.
He did everything right, man. He tanks the first hit. He updrafts. He waits out the next one. Finds the gap in it as well. Oh, that is literally down to the keyboard that he has. Like, it was so close, like a millisecond.
If I just pressed it, if I could have just reached it, if it would have. Oh,
God, that sucks. If his keyboard wire was 2 centimeters shorter, it would have worked out for him.
I like how you're trying to sell that. It was 2 millimeters, you know. Why?
If it was wireless, like my headset that Logitech gave me, then we'd be sorted.
Well, it's the fastest wireless technology you can get, Mitch. So if it was a Logitech one, he wouldn't have missed it, you know.
And realistically, it is
transmitted straight through.
It is for pros, isn't it? Like it is called the Pro X. So you want to get a Pro X wireless? It's the way to go.
Oh, doesn't matter what headset you have though. If you're going up against Zipan, because he's just taking your head off. That headset lasts 2 seconds. Molly's going to go out, and actually Shrew further forward with the shorty. Shorty on pistol round. Is that desperate measures, or it's going to work out in a big way? This is nice. Xiao's waiting for the backup. They've got lamps control, but he's not able to check out bathrooms just yet.
They're going to presumably heal him up.
Oh, perfect. The flash comes out. Xiao's ready for it. But now it's defending on this other side. Shrew's very low. They can't heal him up. Oh, they can heal him up, actually. What's the timing on it? 18 seconds. Might not be possible. The flash is going forward. The shot's coming out, but he's able to back away for now. They've got to play this so smart. Oh, Meadow. He delivers it. It's all on Shrew. He's able to do it, but it's only good for one. It'll be an easy defuse coming in from Xiao. Yeah.
Is that easy? Are you sure? I don't know about that. Oh.
Told you, Mitch.
0.51.
I've got these right every time.
Come on.
You cannot fault my timing.
0.51. Easy diffuse, Banks. My shorts would be a different color if that was if that was me.
Mate, I'm all about hold it down, full commit, you know. I know what my timing's at.
It's like in a movie when they're just like the guy's sweating, like shaking as he clips the final wire. Oh.
The 30-minute defuse when it has 5 seconds left on it, you know, and they drag it out in the movie.
Yeah, like beep, 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 beep. And they're there like for another 5 minutes just cutting away.
Talking to someone about it as well. They're having the evil fight with the villain, and they're like, you won't defuse the bomb. And he's like, it's got 5 seconds, and there's 10 minutes of dialogue, and you're like, yes, this is the longest 5 seconds of our life.
Oh, I'm at 12-1. This is insane. FPX really are like that final boss, but in a Dark Souls game. I wouldn't know. I've never made it to anywhere near the end. I put a hole in my wall playing that game. It was
brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It was. I threw my controller. I didn't realize how soft the wall was where I was. It's unfortunate.
Well, what could be unfortunate is this scoreline if Skade don't do something magical here. Shrew, be careful. My God, the flame at your feet does so much damage. He's trying to push forward with the judge. The rest of them have tried to escape to B, but look, they're ready and waiting for it. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, okay. This is less than ideal. It's all on the Sage, and he goes down 13-1. FPX dominates Skade from start to finish. It was all Zipan and Xiao. It was a full team performance realistically from FPX. There was rounds that they had no business winning and they still managed to get. Skade could not have any luck. The one round they did manage to get right all went down to the fact that Latex actually got the one kill of the game for himself.
Yeah. It's Banks, there's not much to say, is there? There really isn't. The reality is Fun plus Phoenix are on a tear this tournament. Yeah. And honestly, G2 better watch out. Because if they meet in the semis, I don't know who I'm favoring. Because this is the most on form FPX have looked. And that was the caveat that we gave in the Allied Odyssey, Banks. We were constantly saying, look, the reality is this team's not been together that long. As a full 5 anyways. You give them time to develop, Angel, to get these players on the next level. They were still experimenting with their lineup at that point, pulling out the Brimstone for the first time, messing around here and there. Now that they've got that practice under their belt, they're looking nigh unstoppable.
Well, this is what we said, right? When it came to what we would see here from FPX, I spoke to Angel at the end of the Allied Odyssey event, and he said, look, we've had about 5 days of actual practice to work on things, to work on stats and strats and how we want to play this all out, where we see the advantages in agents. The more time you give a team like this with the individuals they have, the scarier they look. Now, certainly Skade doesn't seem to be a difficult opponent for him in this, but it's going to be a very exciting matchup if we see them go up against G2 in the semi-finals match. But right here, right now, like this play, it's just Skade. I just feel like they just give him that round. You're like so close. He does it all. Look, he dodges it. He sticks it. Boom.
Yeah.
0.02. What is that? What is that?
Truly heartbreaking, Banks. Like, to lose that round, that more or less cost them everything. Had they have been able to take it,
yeah,
who knows? Things could have looked a whole lot better for them. You got to remember, G2 at the moment are looking relatively mortal. They were 13-9 versus Valorando, 13-7. Need more DM? Okay, it's definitely not like they were close to losing rather. But versus FPX's performance, hold on, let me just reopen these results. 13-3, 13-2, and now what was that? 13-1? What's going on?
They're looking to go through the cleanest of clean ways until they have to reach an opponent that they see might be able to be fitting for them. And if that opponent is G2, G2 need to bring more than their A game, because FPX also took them for that roller coaster ride back on the last Ignition series we had for Europe, right? They won it 2-0 in the group stage. Obviously, it had the caveat of the sad stuff that happened to David P and his father. But then when it came to the finals, we saw more back to the G2 show. So this is still an FPX that have been working hard. They've been grinding. They've got a lot to offer in here. Let's take a look at how some of the other matches are doing as well, Mitch. Let's catch up on that while we're waiting for this game to get in there. So let me do a quick refresh. Ooh, where are we at? So, ooh, this is interesting. 4-5, G2 versus Rix on Ascent. 5 on attack for Rix, 4 on defense for G2. Then we go to Bonk Angry Titans. Doesn't look like it started just yet. And then Nip Big. No updates on that either. There we go. We got one update out of all of it.
That was underwhelming, thanks.
Anticlimactic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's got a drum roll for the results.
Da-da-da.
We don't know.
Nothing.
We don't know.
I tried to update your chat. I'm sorry, boys. I tried to help you out. But what I can help you out with, if you want some Valorant skins, you know, those very expensive, beautiful skins that the pros love and use, type ! giveaway just once. Click on the link and follow through to enter our giveaway here. You'll be able to potentially grab yourself a lot of points to get the skins you want. Mitch, though, he doesn't want the dragon skins. He thinks it'll distract him. What skins wouldn't distract you, Mitch?
Very little. That's my excuse every time I miss a shot. So, the skin. Everyone's like,
so you don't have any skins as a reason. Yeah, there we go.
It's like, it's the craftsmanship of this weapon distracted me.
Someone, no way. I don't. Do I believe this? Is Twitch chat trolling me? The Nip beat Big 13-0. That's got to be a troll. Well, do I believe Twitch chat, Mitch? Do I believe this?
Well, I'm checking it now, and it's not updated on the websites, so I'm guessing it's a troll. But I don't know. Maybe someone has someone on their friends list. I haven't got Valorant launched right now, so I can check. But we can update you officially as soon as we find out.
Our producer says something in our ears, but I didn't hear it because your voice was too loud, Mitch. So I'm hoping maybe he gave us a scoreline. Maybe he gave us something.
I think he just said the game will be starting soon.
Oh, damn it.
I think he said they're all in the lobby.
There we go. I'm like,
but like, can we just again highlight that? And I really don't mean to go in on them because, again, not down to just this, but Latex got 30 kills versus Team Liquid and 1 versus FPX in that match.
He spent all his energy, mate. He had an energy drink, right? He had himself a Red Bull. He was like fully charged up. And then he's like, wait a second, I forgot my Red Bull before this game. So maybe going into game 2, this could be his way to succeed. Now, the next map we're going into is Haven, and it's FPX's side. But Haven for FPX, you can bring up the stats, Mitch. I always feel like they are hit and miss on it. It's like they can dominate or then they completely drop the ball, because we've seen them lose some really horrific Haven matches.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to touch on Skade on this map, because they've played 10 times as a team. Now, this includes their previous team. Now, the Fabrican that they were before.
Yep.
Now, when I look at this, it goes all the way back, like way back. So I need to actually check the lineups that they were playing with, and it's Zipan and stuff. So the moment with this exact lineup, I don't think they've played it yet, so I won't even bother touching the results. Now, FPX on the other hand, 63% win rate. They tend to do decently well on the defensive side. 51% of the time they start there, they win 51% of the rounds whenever they start there. And on the attacking side, 45. So not unbelievable, but their second half warm-ups are undeniable. Versus NIP, 8-4 attacking side, 5-0 dominated them. This is over in the Allied Odyssey. Again, you look at the same thing versus BBL. They just 10-2'd them, clean as could be, and then 3-0 on the second side. They've got some damn good results here. Project SW, 13-11 win. But also then you remember they lost to Giants. They lost to Team Liquid, a close game. Then I'm looking over towards, who is this? Awexi. Awexi. What is that? In some weekly cup, they lost this map to them. 13-4. My God. What happened? Every other result for them is pretty decent, and then there's just this one sprinkled in between where they got bodied. And I'm noticing it's where they played Killjoy. And they're playing Killjoy again. No, they're not, sorry. Skade. Interesting.
Okay.
So Shadow went to the Killjoy for that game, and I presume after that they went, yeah, no.
Oh, so wait a sec. Is Angel back on his Omen, and we've got a Phoenix in play for FPX? Because remember, they were experimenting with Haven quite a lot here, Mitch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, this has been a really weird series of games for them. Whenever they play on Haven, they've definitely been messing around their lineup. I think this is the first time they've deployed the Phoenix. I'm just double checking. Yeah, first time they've pulled out a Phoenix. They got Killjoy at once, didn't like it, played off it. They lost 13-4. They then went back over to playing a Jet, and now we're in this position where a Phoenix is coming through. So I'm surprised. Phoenix, when it comes to Haven, we've seen it a lot over towards Asia, a lot towards NA as well. So I'm not completely against it. And it's on Zipan, who's going to look to just do that serious damage.
Okay, I'm all for it on a player like Zipan, right? Why not? Not sure about taking him off his almighty raise. But Shao is continuing to push on forward with the Sova. He wants to continue to learn it and make it work for him. But right now, FPX is going to look for the cleanest of quarterfinal games possible. That's all down to this. God, it's eerily quiet. This early? There we go. The drone finally comes out. Oh, spots him. Oh, no. Shrew manages to get one, but that's all he's going to get. Frenzy in hand. EPZZ is going completely paranoid out of this. Meadow delivering with the first headshot. Oh, he's trying to jump shot it. Oh, don't stand in the flames. It's not going to work out for you. Zipan up on that Phoenix. They want to use the extra flashes. This is obviously Angel's idea of how they want to approach this for now. And this is a good time to test it out. Meadow's been the headshot machine with the pistols, man.
Latex. He just got wrecked, man. He just got absolutely wrecked. So swinging through to try and find that from behind, he spotted one player who was low, then a second, and just gets a bit of damage in. That was it. Leaves his teammate in a 1v3. He's having such a bad game. And you know, there's nothing worse, Banks, because when you have that really bad first map, right? Sorry, hold on. Let's even go further back. When you dominate in a game versus one of the best teams in this game, in the world, then you come through and you find one kill on your next map. You know that feeling. I mean, I know that feeling more than you do, but you, just without the 30 kills in the first one. And the thing is, you start to feel really boxed in. Most people do, at least, as if you have to perform. And this is where you need teammates around you that are saying, it's all right, don't worry about, like, we don't need you for this, just chill, it's not your fault that you lost, because players start to put the blame on themselves. We see this across all levels of competitive play in multiple games, and you just can't have that. Like, you can't allow a teammate to tilt themselves like that.
You need a hype man, right, to bring you back into the game. Again, slow and steady from FPX, Mitch.
They're looking to win the race. The race is a 13-0.
it's kind of what you expect from a team like FPX with Angel leading, right? Because he's the man that wants to always sit there and take it chill and not overreact to things. He doesn't want to be kind of playing off to the full divide until it's time to strike. When he's got all his smokes down, when he wants to push on it. Oh, well, these spots going to be checked. Zipan goes down, but Shadow's there to back him up. The push is coming on forward, and they're continuing to do damage. Really nice from Limpome, but it's not enough to help him out, despite the shock darts coming through. A quick 2-0, some damage done, certainly to FPX, but it's not really going to matter all too much.
No, not enough done. Limpome had a very good attempt on the 2K, though. You do have to give him credit, as you did. But for FPX, you know, spirits are definitely high. Now they're going to run into the full buy, and this is where things can get a little bit topsy-turvy. You know, if Skade lose this round, I can't imagine how low the morale will be. That one's going to hurt. They've got to come out on top on this one. As we come into it. You know, I want to also mention that obviously you said, oh, Latex, the straight mid push. He's got support from up top, and there it is. Shrew grabs another, and a great start to the round. Skade miles ahead. The second teleport possible for Latex to get out of there safely. And that is just absolutely gorgeous work done.
Much better. So much better. This is what they needed, Mitch, to pull their way back into this. Early start, yes, but it's all about those little pickups, the small confidence boosters. Especially after you've been manhandled like we were just talking about.
On your map pick. Of all things.
I feel like when you look at just Bind and Haven, right? All teams should be able to pay for it. Yeah, you may be able to be like, oh, I'm slightly favored on this, but yeah, in general, it's anyone's game when it comes to it. It's more a sense that you see being like a team can either really play it or not play it. Similar to a degree for Split.
I agree with you. It's just like the mental game of you picking the map. You know, you got to choose to start there. It's where you thought you had the best chance in the series, and then to get wrecked like that, I feel like it hits a little bit harder when it was your map pick. Even though, obviously, everyone should be able to play every map.
Now, what I'm loving here from FPX is that they still thrown some sort of attempt to just get some extra kills here. They ran the time down. They waited it out. They didn't just run away and hide. And now they do at the very end. Now when they're fine with it all. But they were so strong to stand together and try and fight everyone off.
And we come into round number 4. And this is where, again, you're going to see that investment coming through. You're going to see FPX answer back. The start of that round was gorgeous from Skade. Having Latex push down, having the cover with the operator on Shrew. You can't do it every single round, so we need to see the further depth of the defensive side in the early duels.
That's how you survive.
And for Skade, now that they're up against a full buy, it also won't be as easy to do that kind of stuff, right? Because the weapons you're pushing into are no longer Spectres and Bulldogs. Now you've got the likes of that. An operator ready to take the opening duel, and Shadow does just that. They've got to move. They've got to make it happen. Like, for Skade, you've lost info. And because it was an operator that took that duel, now you're going to be so much more scared, right? To do it again. To push up and try to find any extra info.
Some side damage going out to Zipan, but he stands strong. He pops the ult, but it doesn't work out for him. Now, Angel's in a good spot. He can sit towards the back of the site, but he's already starting to get spammed up. A few shots come out towards him. Meadow's going to back away. They don't want to fight into it, but while they're trying to run, they're also meeting the full onslaught of Skade here. Great stuff here coming out from Skade. They believe they can make it work. Oh, Zipan swings for it. Shots aren't going to be landed. And now it's all on Meadow. 1v4. And, well, even though he's got 100 health, it's going to take something incredibly special for him to get it done. It doesn't work out. Piran's there. And 2-2. 2 in a row, which is most important here for Skade. It was actually looking pretty damn good for FPX, pushing up into B.
Yeah, they got the early pick. They got B control in the plant, but on the fade back, even through the smokes, every single fight went to Skade. Yeah. And at that point, again, they're going to be back. They're going to be smiling. They're going to be feeling good. Now, can they manage to consistently do this? I'm surprised off the bat, Banks, that FPX are going for an investment. I thought they would have just ecoed this, especially with the operator being so key in their early game, but they want to go for the rifles, the full Devi.
No backing down, no giving up. That's what we know as the FPX style, but Shrew, he managed to get one with the operator. Angel's there to finish him off, but he needs to pick up this second. He needs to look high for Latex. The revive's already coming in. So full commitment to have the one-man advantage on this push, but FPX, they can actually slow it back down now. They don't have to just go in for it. Angel's hoping someone will overextend. Limpone, his position is huge. Should be at least good for one here, but he can also hear a lot of what's going on. He knew they were outside of B, and now he's just got to wait patiently.
You can see that they're backing off a little bit towards the B site. Cypher checking the cam periodically. And sooner or later, that info is going to come. He's going to see, well, already he's heard the drone, the recon moving up through the A site. Here comes the smoke for upper. And at this point, they should know what's going on. The Molotov to back site. The flash is about to come around through that cage. And it's time to move on. In, there's Eps with the opening. And they can back off now. A 4v4 retake. It's better than it should have been. The scan onto Meadow. He's in danger. Just about manages to make it back to long. He's back up to full health with the heal.
Latex has fallen as well. 4v3. Xiao's position will be somewhat given away there. The information passed on, but is it going to be enough? Oh, Pin can't jump through the window. He gets slapped. They try to fake off the defuse. The flame wall goes up. Oh, he's going to try push through it, but that's never going to work out. You take the damage. Zipan was there nice and strong. And the quick turnaround, FPX will not allow Skade to start getting away with too many rounds in here. Now for FPX, Mitch, how's it look for them when it comes to them playing defensive attack inside? Where do we see their success normally?
Mostly on the defensive side when they start there. They're a fairly solid team. Now, I don't know what the composition is going to be like, though. Obviously, having a Phoenix there changes a lot. It allows Zipan to go for much more aggression when it comes down to those early defensive rounds, which is quite a scary thing. Again, we haven't had to see too much from him in this tournament. And if you've just been watching the FPX games or looking back at their stats, you're probably, in this tournament alone, you're probably not thinking Zipan is that dangerous of a fellow, but he hasn't been needed. They've had nothing but stomps. 13, 3, 2, and 1. That's the results. At the moment, they've been dominating. And so when Zipan's actually needed, that's when things get a little bit scary for their opponents when he steps up. So I'm excited to see what he'll deliver. And for FPX, realistically, you know, so this is the map that they chose. This is already a 1-0 lead. There's no pressure on their backs, and they're winning the attacking side Haven, which is obviously a massive positive as well.
Well, FPX have comfortably got in to the A site. Zipan ready to flash through. Killjoy being placed in now. Is it going to be enough to help him, especially alongside the Jet ult? Updraft doesn't work out from there, and Angel, he's going to get the opener. Oh, 2 players detained. It's not going to work. Brilliant use of it, though. And Shrew comes out with the knives. In combat with the Jet, it could be enough. But the shots come through from FPX. They're looking to shut it down, and it's not going to work out, despite the best effort shown. And all the ults committed from Skade.
I cannot believe Zipan's just sat there and went, I'm just going to tank it. Just going to get hit by the lockdown.
It's like, you know what? Why hell not? I believe in my team.
Yeah, screw it. But it worked out so well, right? Like, he baited the players into swinging wide. He let himself get killed, delayed a little bit more time rather than just running away and trying to play, you know, I don't even know, trying to get to long out in the open where he would have just been picked off. So it was a really smart play to just tuck under, buy themselves as much time as they could, and then when it came down to that duel, he can just feed the info to his teammates that where the Jet is. They're ready to take the fight straight away, and every single fight went their way as well. If anything, I think the fact that they detained 2 players pushed them into more of a careless attack because they're like, oh, two guys don't have guns. Go kill them. And then the rest of the team that were waiting out on long have already pushed back in. They're ready to fight.
Oh, Limpone. Can he find some success? Not even getting any damage on the board. Very unfortunate for him with the Sova ult. And these ults being committed by Skade, but they're not finding the success with it. Angel's, oh, the wall pin tries to run away. Shadow's not even going to peek him. Then he finally does. The timing works out. 5 still alive for FPX. Have they destroyed Skade's confidence? Limpone walks away with a shock dart kill, but that's all he'll have. 5-2, and FPX, they're starting to make it happen again.
Yes, they are, Banks. Yes, they are starting to pull that big old score line up in their favor. Thank God we're not covering big. I would have made another one of those puns. But FPX, they're looking about as clean as can be. Their attacking side building up round on round. Look at the scoreboard. 6-5-5-5-5. If ever you've seen a team play a team game, this is it. And we talked about it. Zipan's a player. It was Zipan go kill. I know we're beating a dead horse with this one, but he's so strong as an individual. And then you see the rest of them. The rest of this team consistently able to get themselves into a spot where they're doing damage. Meadow has been the highest rated so far. They're just avoiding all this utility from Killjoy as well. And Angel was the one. He said it to me on Twitter. You know, she's useless. He doesn't think Killjoy is worthwhile picking at all. Obviously, they tried it once. They didn't like it. He said on the attacking side, she's flat as a pancake. Wasn't his exact point of phrasing. That's mine. But
did you
more or
nice
less
that up
the
for us
spirit.
a bit, Mitch?
A little bit, you know, a little bit. But it's the same spirit as what he said. Here we go in the retake.
Ooh. And the Cypher ult. This might be doable now. Information to be had. Angel's got to be... Oh! Right on the edge of it. Shock dart's going out, but it may not matter. Meadow getting it done for now. Shao looking to line him up with his ultimate, but he needs to be careful on the timing. He's fired off the shots. He needs some backup in there, but it's not going to work out for him. He doesn't have the chance. He doesn't have the distance. Skade get another round done, but Shao gets all the kills.
That seems like we say that quite a bit. Shao getting all the kills, but unfortunately, it's just not enough with Skade picking up the 5-3. They've got themselves another round, but how much more can they do? Again, we don't have a whole lot of info on the Haven for this team. If you take a look at some of the match pages, depending on the website you're on, you're obviously going to see a lot of games under this team, under Fabrican. Yeah. But not with this lineup. You have to remember, Latex is the only remaining player from the old lineups. Oh, does that destroy them? The fire is down. You saw a nano swarm get thrown on top of it. I wonder... Oh, I can see on the map, right? No, it's still up. Interesting that a Molotov doesn't destroy them. Or maybe it has to be closer to the middle. I never actually tried that. I know like a Ray's Blast Pack does. Yep. A nade, but... I didn't know that about the...
Oh, Limpone. Getting aggressive. Doesn't work out for him. It gives him the one-man advantage straight off the back of it. Allows that Cypher ult to come into play. EPZ needs to be careful, but Zipan ready and waiting. Oh, it's the FPX stomp once again. It takes so much for Skade to get around, but then FPX make it look oh so convincing here, Mitch. Latex trying to find his way to look for a flanker that might be coming by. Ooh, nicely done with how he crouched that down into the second as well. This is more like what we needed to see from Latex, but it didn't show up in the first map, and it might not be enough in the second, not against the likes of FPX. Now, just to update everyone who's looking at the other matches, it was 13-0. Nip taking on Big. Absolute destruction on the first map of Bind. Then Bonk on their first map, 13-8 AT on Split. And G2, 13-8 against Rix on Ascent.
Hell of a scoreline. Yeah, fair play. G2 still looking pretty good. You know, they haven't been challenged too much.
It was Ascent. It's their favorite map, though, you know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that second one. I want to see how that goes down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I want to see what happens to the little bots, Killjoy's bots in the thing. So we know the nano swarm doesn't, but I want to see the bot. Does it get killed by a molly? We'll never know. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll find out.
Test out. We'll test out afterwards, Mitch.
Yeah,
what doesn't need any testing is Skade's defense, because FPX, they seem to have the way in every single time. Yeah, Limpo's going to fire back. He's only got the frenzy, but realistically, pistols against this FPX, you're not going to be winning those.
Oh, if Limpone expects him to be here, I'd be very surprised. No, look, he's like, what? Why is he there? Angel just pushed all the way through. That's disgusting. So FPX don't even get to save a weapon just yet. They're going to move forward and look for another. Oh, they've got one in the form of the Phantom. Again, that is the coolest Phantom skin. I'll fight any man that says otherwise. It's gorgeous. Look at it. Black and gold. Love it. Oh no, Banks, you say otherwise. I take back my previous statement. I said I'd fight any man that said that's not the best Phantom, and then I realized you have a different favorite Phantom, and I don't want to take that.
Do I have a different favorite Phantom? What's my favorite Phantom?
You like the white one, right?
Oh, yeah, but it's still the same one. Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, you only get a classic.
But easy.
You don't get an ult charge for it, so he's just damaged his stats now. Why would he do that?
He's just like, oops, overextension.
It's just,
Maybe
just
he just wanted to touch it. He was like, oh, I'll poke it.
In fairness, it actually didn't look like he was... If I was him, I wouldn't have thought I'd die from jumping up on there. I think it might be his shoelace went a little bit too far. It's like getting electrocuted.
It's Killjoy, right? It just overextends a little bit.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't make a difference. It's just an extra death on the board. No one gets an ult charge for it. No weapons lost. Just a bit odd. Sosh caught us off guard. I think he was trying to swing out once the bomb had dissipated a little bit and shrunk back. Oh, that's unfortunate. Meadow going down. Good opening, though. I mean, Latex has got that saved over weapon, I think. Obviously, the rest of the team able to invest as well, and they kind of have to, considering they're at 7-3.
It's not the performance you wanted to see from Latex that he put up against Liquid, but he's definitely playing a lot better now, right? You're seeing him come alive again, which is giving them the opportunity. Oh my god, how are you that unlucky? Shadow takes a shot through the smoke. Shrew's just trying to pass on by. Oh, Latex expects this, though. Angel's going to try and stop him, though. He's going to go straight in for the kill. Is it going to be enough? Latex back on it again. That's 2 for him in this round. He's looking for more. Xiao and Zipan, though, they say no. It's time for them to shine and put Skade to bed. EPZZ, though, he's got other ideas. Flashed out of it. Zipan is using this Phoenix oh so well, Mitch. I know you're not a fan of it, but we're starting to be shown by some of these players that Phoenix is more than viable in some situations. Limpo, you're not escaping that, my man.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm not against the Phoenix as much as I was, because we're seeing it being deployed so much. It's like Stockholm Syndrome. I feel like, hey, listen, certain players it can suit a bit, and I still don't see it as the best choice, but I'm not going to argue with Angel, and I'm certainly not going to argue with Zipan, so I'll just sit here and say, you know what, maybe. Maybe. So I presume we're going to see a much faster round. You just saw them discard an operator and play in with the full rifles. That extra investment, obviously it's the final round, so they can afford to throw away whatever the hell they want. But the fact that they're coming in for full rifles instead of an operator means a much faster play. And they're like, oh no, Hunter's Fury's online. This could be dangerous. Hasn't gone for the Kobe just yet, but there we go. Lots of damage. Look at that. Everybody's chipped away. The heals already popped up. And now this is where things get dangerous. They have that operator to go back and get, though. And I imagine they'll do that, considering now there's not really much chance for that aggressive fast play. And yeah, it's been retrieved.
Slowed it down, didn't need to go for the full rush. Obviously, Zipan can heal himself up, and the Sage can also get the heal on go, so timing is on their side for FPX to seal the deal on this one and make it a 9-3 half. But Skade, I like they're trying to put more aggression in this. They're trying to swap it up, but even that isn't enough. Limpo wanted to sneak up into window.
15 seconds on heal, I think, so they should probably wait a little bit before having that player. Oh, no, it's even less. Fantastic. So the heal's going to be up now.
Zipan's pushed the ult anyway. Goes into a trap. Oh! Good start. Meadow's gone down, but he can't stand and fight while blind. Zipan's bowling his way in. He's looking unstoppable, and even the knives won't be enough. Zipan just powers his way forward. Oh my god, in the heal while he's doing himself. Oh, this is just disgusting. Destruction from Zipan and Xiao in that round. It did not matter what Skade threw at him.
Well, there you go. To anyone that was doubting what we were saying earlier about Zipan being a strong individual, my god. And this is the kind of player that you can put on a Phoenix. He can flash for himself and then hit heads. I mean, he's going to hit heads anyways, but he can flash for himself and do it. Then he can heal himself up. Doesn't have to rely on the team or popping those individual heals. Like, the thing for me, I would rather Zipan be on Arena, but he clearly isn't that comfortable on Arena from what we've seen of him. Compared to his Phoenix from right now, because his reactions, the way he plays a Phoenix, is much cleaner than the way he plays Arena, for sure. And I think he can't match up with the likes of a Scream and that sort of stuff. But when he comes into a Phoenix, I'm fine with it. A Raze as well, but he wanted to change things up, so here we are. But a player like this, when you give him that much individual room, it's just so damn scary. Like, Zipan is just... He is stupidly good. It doesn't make sense. Shadow, good for... Whoa, no, he's got support! That's so good! That is so good, because Angel doesn't need to peek until that first shot comes out of the shorty, and you're guaranteed a kill at that range, and then out he goes. Oh, that's so good!
You love to see it. What a play. What a way to get it done. There's only 2 of them left, and they're just running through like, well, the strike today, boys. Oh, no. You walk into Zipan, of course.
This is just a masterclass on how to play. It's unreal. Can I just again point out to anyone that's just joining the stream, Skade beat Team Liquid and knocked them out in the group stages. They just to be very clear to those of you that may just be checking your hearing aids or cleaning out some wax with a cotton bud, don't do that. Doctors say not to do it. I do it all the time though. You might want to just listen up real careful. You are right. And what you're hearing, Skade grouped Liquid. And just one more for the people in the back. Liquid got grouped by Skade, so they're a good team. This is not a team that should be wrecked by FPX. But FPX, they're so good this tournament. This is the most rounds they've given away, at least tied, in a map.
True.
13-3, 13-2, 13-1. Still looking for their 13-0. Complete the set.
Well, Sheriffs will do some nice damage there, though. FPX do need to be careful. Oh, what?
Wall bang through smoke headshot. Come on.
Oh, Angel.
Oh, don't do it.
As well. Oh, too much distance, though, for Shadow. Didn't crouch with it all the way as well. This is a great chance for him now. But Meadow. Oh, he only gets 1. This is epic. Skade could be getting it with pistols. It's all on Shao, but it's a 1v3. Oh no. But do they know he's there or not? The judge is right on the corner. Nicely done. EPZZ holds it strong. A 4th round found for Skade. And well, Skade have done what no one else has done against FPX so far, at least.
Oh me, oh my. They've managed 4 rounds. It's kind of weird to be in a position where you praise a team for getting 4 rounds in the quarterfinals, but FPX have been so good this tournament that that's where we're at. You've won the trophy, you know, achievement unlocked. But taking a map off them, taking a series, those are completely different things. It's interesting to see the different approaches to attacking when you come to Killjoy. And obviously that early play right there, you throw it through the nano swarm and you try to get yourself a spam through the wall. You know there's going to be a player close. It's a decent attempt.
Okay, so Limpo's going to try and find a way in. Going forward more with the frenzy, wants to keep it up close and personal. Meadow starting off with the pistol kill. They're actually doing it close range. Trading out effectively. That flash coming out from Zipan as well. They won't stick around for too long, though. Oh, Angel playing this off. Will he expect the Cypher so close? Nicely done with the headshots. That's what Angel's good at with the Vandal. Zipan's working his way in, but actually, being on the edge of it, wants to tap through. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. With the Bulldog as well. You saw he even spammed him before he hit the headshot.
Here we go. Is this it, Banks? Is this the comeback beginning? Are Skade gonna swing through and take down FPX? I think we're being a little bit early on that, though. Because
you're being a bit early. I didn't say anything.
Just throw me under the bus.
I'm still sat over here in the realistic world, mate.
Yeah, like here come the weapons for FPX, and I wanted to make some sort of hype. Thanks. Just even as little as it may be. I wanted to try for a second.
Let's be honest, right? It's not impossible for Skade to come back in there. But
it's not likely.
They started off with a good couple of rounds, and as soon as their confidence was knocked, they went back into a bit of a confusing area on how to play it. Now, Angel ults his way forward into this very early on here, and there's not even much of a commitment from Skade, so I'm guessing they're just trying to make sure they get this round no matter what. But Skade do have the individuals. They've taken down Liquid. Yeah, I'm not going to say this is ever impossible. It's just FPX look like the best FPX we've seen out of any tournament so far. They've improved massively.
Well, realistically, they came in at such a high standard that I guess we expected this kind of improvement. After a couple days practice, they were already able to challenge the best in the world. And here they are, delivering. A 4 versus 3 now. Shadow needs a couple more kills and they'll have that ultimate online. Here comes a shock dart. Big shock dart for long. Good damage done. And Angel, 3 kills in the round. Knows where the last is. Latex is down low. 23 health in a 1v2. Even after dropping those 3 kills, it has to be the 1 versus 5 or the ace clutch to win this. This is one hell of a rough one for him.
23 health. He's not reloaded his gun though, Mitch. He's got 9 bullets. Please reload, Latex. Please reload, Latex. You're going to get shot in the back. Just very unlucky. He didn't know where to look or where to turn. It's 11th round for FPX. He did incredibly well to even get to that point. But FPX, they're back up again.
It's looking like it's unstoppable at this point, Banks. Like, for FPX, this has been, I think, their best day of Valorant so far in the history of this lineup. Like, okay, they haven't been playing their Liquids or their G2s, but if they continue this kind of performance, I mean, Angel's got 17 kills right now. He's doing unreal for the man that's normally first in and first dead.
Yep.
Because of that, obviously. And I mentioned in obviously the previous map he got 6 kills, but again, wasn't needed. The rest of the team 16, 15, 14, 15. It was as tight as could be, and it's just unreal. It's honestly, this level of performance from FPX still so early on. Like, you have to admit, this lineup, although they've been together a lot longer than what we saw in Allied Odyssey, they still haven't been together that long. Damn, Liquid G2 always delivering these great performances. Obviously, Liquid not having the best of days, but definitely still the top 3, I think.
Latex now. Oh no, it doesn't work out for him. Meadow was waiting, but luckily Skade were on top of it, and the Cypher ult's going to come into play. This is a good chance for Skade with the spike down on the site. So Zipan's delivering headies like that though, puts out the flames so they start to move either way. Angel trying to work his way around. They're not expecting it. Zipan's doing further damage. It's a clear out by FPX. True is so low already. The revives come into play anyway, and there is just the Sova left. Limpone does have his ult up. The Hunter's Fury is going to be popped, but it doesn't really matter because he cannot kill all of them with that. They're even just going to push him. Shock darts go out. Nothing found. Meadow gets the kill. The defuse is there, and just FPX, they play it flawlessly, Mitch, over and over again. Let's just go down this once again, right? So FPX won 13-2, 13-3. They won this opening match 13-1. And now they're looking at potential. Might be on the cards, might be possible. It all depends on what Skade can do in this round, and their weaponry is not great, Mitch.
It's not, Banks, it's not great at all. For Skade, on a 12-5, a position where FPX find the opening duel as well, the weaker weapons to try and bridge the gap, no ultimates online, an immediate push, so information in play for FPX because Phoenix had just rushed on through. Zipan saw that everywhere outside double doors is clear. They've stacked up the A site where Skade now want to push. I'm trying to find a single positive amidst this sea of negativity, but it seems like Skade are about to be on the receiving end of an ass whooping.
Once again, the destruction starts, but this time in the favor of Skade. Can they hold on to it with the lesser weapons? Can they make it work? The FPX players are pushing forward. There's flames at some of the players' feet. Trying to get the spike down, but where's his backup? Where's the cover? FPX are tearing through him. They managed to get it done. It's 13-5, and it's FPX taking a 2-0 to the semi-finals and looking oh so confident from start to finish. Every game they have played so far has been top-notch. Another level above what we've seen so far from FPX. And Mitch, I don't know who we're going to get for an interview. I know Angel likes to avoid interviews from my time interviewing him in CS, but I would love to see what they've been up to, what they've been working on, why they've come out so hot and heavy. Maybe they finally felt after that grand final last time up against G2 that this was their tournament to take the big win.
Banks, from the start of the group stages until the end of the quarterfinals, this team has lost 11 rounds. Not even enough to lose a single map. That is kind of ridiculous. Like, what have we just witnessed? Latex had a really poor start to this map. He warmed up eventually, but it just wasn't enough. And on every level, you just saw FPX. There's, I think, the first competitive lockdown that I've actually seen hit. At least in EU so far.
Really strong.
Even despite that, even despite a well-positioned lockdown, they couldn't get it done. No. FPX just, they have no respect for Killjoy and no respect for any teams they've come up against. They've just been individually wrecking house.
I just reckon Angel looks whenever anyone picks a Killjoy and he goes, ha ha ha, you activated my trap card. Like, I know the counter. It's called, you pick the agent, I win. This was a sick play as well from Shadow and Angel. I know you love this one. Good. Shadow's there getting the reload on. Angel's just like, don't worry, I got your back, bro. And it's already, they lost 3 players. Like, what?
This shot as well. Look at this. Bang. Wall bang through smoke headshot. You gotta love to see it. And realistically, FPX now, with the amount of improvement they've had, I am so excited for what should be, at least on paper, a G2 versus FPX semi-final.
Oh,
like, man. That is going to be the grand final for me, really, because looking at the other side of the bracket, the way things have panned out, it's not really that, like, what, NIP, they're smashing big at the moment. Obviously, they had the 13-0. We don't know the score in the current map, but we'll find that out in a bit. Bonk, they could do some damage, but that's it, really. Like, I don't see these teams competing anywhere near the level that FPX and G2 bring.
A lot of damage, Mitch. Bonk can do a lot of damage.
Sure.
They 2-0'd their group. You didn't think it was possible. You didn't even put any respect on their name when I was giving the list of teams in the opening segment for our whole day. And I said, watch out for Bonk.
They surprised me. They surprised me. I got to say, James, you had a good eye on that one. But I've heard a lot from you about that team since the very start of beta. And this is the first time they've delivered on that level. So
the start of beta, they weren't a team back then.
Well, no, I mean Bonk's team back in beta when we were talking about the Paladins lineup. You know, you were a big hype behind them, and they never really got much done. Although they never really got a chance to, in fairness.
You got to add the caveat that one of their players was playing from Australia.
Yeah, it didn't help.
Yeah, so, you know, you're kind of down and out at that point. Like, you're really pushing it, having to play with the coach multiple times. But this lineup, this with Bonka is looking real good. We got Zipan in Twitch chat as well. Zipan, you god man, you're a beast. You and Shao, the Shao Stopper. That's the nickname. I'm crowding him. I don't care. He doesn't have to play Raze. He is the Shao Stopper because he's putting the hurt on everyone when it comes to it. I want to see who we're getting in for this interview, though, man. I really hope it's Angel. I want him so bad because we've done many CS interviews together. I want to get into his brain about what's going on. We were DMing and talking about what would be happening with his team, how he's looking at these Asian compositions. But this FPX right here is scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Ready for interview. It's coming in. Who have we got? Hey! Mr. Angel, how are you doing, my man? Yes, we hear you loud and clear, mate.
Nice. I'm here. I'm doing great, actually.
I bet you are, mate. So you guys dropped 11 rounds across group stage and in your playoff games. You dominated from start to finish. But I want to ask you, right, is how are you guys working on your improvements? Like, how was practice for you guys going? Because you came together as this new team. You finally found an org. You got FPX. You're all speaking English at this point as well. But every time we see you, you seem to be getting better.
Like, to be honest, we're just in the beginning of our way because one of us was still working until today, basically. So we was practicing 3 maps per day, 4 maps per day, and we decided to spend last 2 weeks with just testing some strats, with testing new heroes. We played some Jet, we tried Phoenix today. Actually, we didn't play it before, even on Prax. We just felt it a good addition to our combo. And we're just looking for the way we should play on every map. And from what I want us to play, every map should be a different approach. So we're just learning.
And the thing is, right, Angel, we know about you being a great in-game leader when it came to Counter-Strike. But with Valorant, you're not only just a good in-game leader, but you really have a good understanding of how the agents are working out, how you want to play this. But you're also fragging like crazy. How does it feel for you? Do you feel like you've had a new lease of life?
Bro, I was perfect fragger in CSGO. What is this? Why are you blaming me?
Don't make me bring your stats up, mate.
You're fragging, of course. So actually, I'm having a lot of fun right now. And it's most important because in CSGO last few years, I haven't enjoyed playing like extra time, you know? When you finish your prac, usually to be like really good, you need to play more. You need to play some matchmaking, some facet stuff. And in Valorant, I'm having so much fun that even when I want to relax and chill, I'm still playing Valorant to relax and chill. Hey. And it's super rare for me. It's I didn't feel this for a lot of years. And probably that's one of the reasons.
Now, when it comes to you and this team, though, right, how is it working with some of these younger players? Do you feel like you found the perfect set of players now who are hungry and who you can kind of rely on to make the right decisions and kind of you be able to lead them in the right way?
Yes, that's a perfect describe for what I want to. I didn't want to have an experienced team, kind of G2, for example, because with young player, it's new game. We don't have a goal to be like the best in the world right now and right here. I just want to build a best team in the world. And for this, I would prefer to work with some young players, which I can give good habits to, you know, because a lot of experienced players have their own habits, which is not always the best. And right now, I'm really happy with the guys I'm working with because they're young, they're hungry, and they are listening to me, which is also rare in at least in like high tier like gaming.
Oh, mate, we've spoken about this many times throughout your CS career. Now, I've been asked to leave this as the last question, but I want to ask one thing. If you face off against G2, which is quite likely tomorrow, how confident do you guys feel? Because you look like you are in incredible shape.
Like, to be honest, I didn't expect us to play these games with that scores. Because, as I told you, we didn't prepare 100% for this tournament. We're here mostly to check the peaks, check the different agents, and check the strats, which fits us best. So it's hard for me to talk about confidence at the moment. We're just gonna show our best game tomorrow and see how it goes.
Well, Angel, thank you very much for your time. I'll let you go off and enjoy the rest of your evening. You played great so far, and we're really excited to see it all go down tomorrow.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. You're casting good as well. Not like in CSGO,
hey.
of course. But...
Much love, Angel. Much love. There we go. Look, I'm even bringing the CS boys back out. All these guys I've been talking to for a long time. Angel seems to be absolutely loving this game, right? And the thing is, Mitch, so just for you to know as well, when I've spoken to Angel over the past couple of years, he's had to rebuild so many teams over and over again. So I can only imagine that it's been very taxing and draining on him. So the fact that he's this happy and he's enjoying Valorant this much, and he's got these young players that he can mold in the way that he sees fit to be the best players, that's super scary for any team that's just listening to that. Because if I followed him from 1.6 to CSGO to now to Valorant, and Angel is the same age as me, he's still out there fragging like crazy. I retired how many years ago? And this man's still putting in the work. And the fact he's enjoying the game means that he's going to be putting in even more time, like he just said. That's insane. If I'm G2 listening to that right now, I'm like, oh, this is not so good.
Yeah, you know, I won't answer the question about how long ago you retired. I don't think you'll like that answer. But
Let's not mention that, mate.
Gobby's already told me off for that, so I'll step back.
Well, let's take a look at these group stages, mate, and leave my retirement year well in the past, like the rest of my life. Now, what we saw here is Nip and Rix moving on forward alongside Bonk, Skade, G2, Big, FPX, and Angry Titans. You saw Giants, Need More DM, and BBL fall, but I got to just mention it. Liquid, they didn't make it. They lost to Skade, who are now also eliminated. It certainly wasn't Liquid's day, and it's certainly not what we expected from these guys, Mitch.
Yeah, you know, I thought Group A was going to be the real tragedy for me. I like Giants or Rix. Or even Inferno as well. One of those teams or two of those not making it through, it's a real heartbreaker for me. I wanted to see Giants, vamos, on into the playoffs because I really think they're a team that has a lot of potential. Still a lot to work on there, evidently, though. The fact that we've now ended up in this position, though, where Liquid are not making it through the playoffs is heartbreaking. It really is. The best of one format didn't suit them, and my God, they looked weak. But right here, FPX, the first semifinalists, jeez, their form is undeniable, and it's missing their key component of Zipan. And what I mean by that is it's missing him being 15 kills ahead of everybody else, which is what we normally see. And it's not that he's not given that performance. It's not that he's dropped to everyone else's level. It's that they've stepped up to his, which is damn scary.
Oh, it really is. Now, this is what we got for the playoff bracket. We've seen FPX move forward 2-0. G2 are currently up 1-0 in maps, but also 8-2 in score. Bonk is currently up 1-0 in maps, but we don't know the second map score yet. And Nip is up 1-0 in maps, and we don't know the second map score yet. I'm guessing they're updating it from player streams at the moment for the admins of these like Spike GG and stuff. But that's kind of all I can see for now, Mitch.
Yep. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, those are the teams we expect to go through. You know, when you look in towards those the scoreboards, it's a shame that we obviously in the current state of Valorant, there's no way to feed into those APIs directly. All that's being worked on. So over time, we'll have those live scoreboards and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, G2 should beat Rix, Bonk should beat Angry Titans, and NIP should beat Big. Even God B said it himself, right? That is a pretty scary team, and they haven't reached their peak, which is something we were echoing again and again and again. The fact that when you look at NIP and the way they played in the Allied Odyssey, it was pathetic compared to what they've been able to deliver before and compared to what they should be able to deliver. They were looking just completely out of it. And so in this tournament, obviously we didn't get to see them yet, Banks. So hopefully tomorrow, obviously, if they make it through, we'll obviously be covering them. I'm looking forward to seeing them on form and actually performing because I love the NIP roster. I was a big fan of them towards the start of this roster, but in the last couple of weeks, they've not been there.
Well, Mitch, there's one thing I'm going to remind everyone at home about is our giveaway one last time for exclamation mark giveaway in chat. If you guys want to win some Valorant points in there. Mr. Producer also said something in my ear, but Mitch, when you talk, you're so loud. You know that big booming Irish voice. I didn't know what he said, so maybe you can fill my old man ears in. Oh, there we go. Nice and simple. There we go. We're at the end of the show. I'm sat here wanting more matches. I want to see the rest of the action go down. But you guys will have to come back tomorrow to make sure that happens. Mitch is definitely not going to sleep as he's just swigging his can of Red Bull a little bit more. So I guess we're going to stay up and play some more Valorant games. Maybe you'll see us in the servers. But we definitely got to thank our amazing partners here for the event. We've got Logitech and we've also got 3D Aim Lab. They've been helping here from start to finish on making this go down. I'm actually really enjoying the aim stats we're getting from some of these players because we saw it, right? Like, we think the top 1% was pretty damn impressive. But even some of these players that are definitely nuts, they're pro players. Like, they were like top 3%, top 6%. Mitch, we're definitely not taking this test. I'm not embarrassing myself. It's not happening. First of all, I want to see what Angel gets, and then I might make a decision if I'm going to do it or not. But Mitch, any closing thoughts for today, mate?
Yeah, well, look, if you didn't just underline yet again the fact that Liquid didn't make it to groups, that's phenomenal. It's best of one format, so I wouldn't come along saying like, oh, Liquid are out, they're not top 3 anymore. I think they definitely are. They had a really rough day. They will learn from this 100%. I can only imagine that they're on the server right now, going back over their games and developing their strategy. So definitely don't discount Liquid, but also big shout out to Inferno for turning up. I think they're a team that could do some damage later on, even though they've gone out bottom of their group, and Vodafone Giants, who I think I would have loved to see in the playoffs. It's a real shame we don't get to see them again.
Well, future tournaments, we certainly will see some of these teams. But right now, it's all about the level clash to be back tomorrow, guys, the same time as we'll see our semi-finals going into the grand finals. You won't want to miss the action. You won't want to see it go down. Will FPX continue this amazing form? Well, you'll find out on the show tomorrow. See you later.